Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I am working with a super cool product that is new to me. These are the Ken Oliver liquid metals. So before I apply those onto my watercolor cardstock, I'm going to be using the set from Fawn, and I'm going to take one of the party hat images and ink that up with my Versamark ink, and I'm going to be heat embossing those on the background. So it's a little bit of an emboss resist technique to create my background. Since I'm creating a birthday party card, I thought it would be fun to add those little party hats. I'm taking my powder tool and just applying that onto my cardstock so that I don't get any stray embossing powder pieces when I heat emboss that. So I'm just randomly going to be stamping these onto my background to fill up some of that space. And then I'm going to be applying this clear embossing powder from Simon Says Stamp. You could also use white embossing powder because since the background is white, it will look white on the card. So I'm going to be taking these liquid metals, and I'm taking this purple one first, and I'm just going to apply a little bit onto the top. They have a metallic look to them, so they're really shiny and sparkly, not sparkly, but they have that metallic look. It's not just flat color. And I'm also going to be taking this aqua turquoise one, and you can see I just kind of applied it onto there. And then I'm taking my paintbrush, and right now this is dry. So you can see how bold that color is when you just apply it dry. But I'm going to be taking a little bit of water because these do work with water, so you can kind of watercolor with them. And I'm just going to be applying this onto my card and then run that right into the blue. What I originally was going to do is kind of fade that so that it was darker on top and lighter on the bottom. But I decided to add a little bit more of that liquid metal because it was just too cool to do that on the top only and not on the bottom. So you can see how it's still a lighter color on the bottom. You can still kind of see that, but I just want a more bold color in my background. So I'm just adding more of that blue, and then I'll also add some more of the purple in a minute. And you can see how they are resisting those party hats in the background. I just think that these liquid metals are such a cool product. The look of them on your card is just gorgeous. If you could see them in person and see how shiny they are and just what a cool kind of look they have. They do come in a variety of colors. There's also a white one, but I'm going to be sharing a video in a few days showing you how you can use that with your distress inks to kind of create this same look. So I'm going to set that aside and let that dry completely. While that's drying, I'm going to be stamping and coloring in my image. I'm using that same stamp set from Fawn, and I'm inking this deer up with my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And then I also stamped the little ice cream cone in his hooves. I'm starting by coloring this in with my Copics with the E33. This is just my base color, so I'm going to be coloring in part of the head and the body with this color. And then I'm going to be adding a little bit of shading with the E35. And then I'll go back in with my E33 and blend both of those colors together. And if you don't have Copics, you could use watercolors or colored pencil, whatever medium you prefer. This is just kind of to give you a little bit of inspiration with the colors, but you can definitely take this in whatever direction you would like. So I'm coloring this in with the other part of the face in with the E21, and then also his little belly. And then I'm going to be coloring in the antlers with the E81, along with the insides of the ears and the hooves. So for the cone part of the ice cream, I'm using the E11 and then a little bit of shading with the E35 just because it was a little bit too light. And then I'll color in the ice cream with the B34 because it kind of matches my blue background. So I went ahead and fussy cut that out. You could also use the coordinating dies. I have a piece of cardstock from this My Mind's Eye paper pad. I cut that down to 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then I cut down a piece of just light blue cardstock to 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and I also cut down the watercolor panel that I did. So it's a little bit smaller than that light blue piece. And I'm just layering all of these colors together, or all these papers together. So I'll go ahead and adhere that onto my white A2 size card base. So I have a strip of white cardstock, and this is what I'm going to be placing my sentiment on. So I am going to stamp this with the Tuxedo Black Memento ink. The only thing about these sentiments that come with this set is that they do take up quite a bit of room, so that's why it's going to be going across my entire card front. Once I get that stamped, I'm going to go ahead and adhere it right onto my card, a little bit more towards the bottom. And then I'm going to adhere the little deer down with some 3D foam squares. I prefer the ones from Best Creation. This is the larger size. And then I'm going to place that right above my sentiment and centered on my card. I'm going to be adding a few of these sequins. This is the royalty mix. And all of the supplies I'm using on this card are linked below if you're interested in any of them, or you can check out my blog for more pictures and all of the supplies as well. I'm adhering each of the sequins down with the multi-medium in the matte finish. And then the last step, I'm going to take my clear Irresistible and just add a little bit of that to the top of the ice cream cone. It just adds a fun little touch. And the Irresistible is like Glossy Accents and Wink of Stella combined, so it has that little bit of shimmer which ties in with the background. Alright, and then that is my finished card for today, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this card tutorial, and will maybe check out these liquid metals from Ken Oliver. They are a really, really cool product. You can see that shine in the background. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel if you're not already, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I will see you back here next time. Bye everyone!